We're live. This is live.
Good morning! Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat and welcome to the first ever webinar series of Sulong Negosyo. Ayan, so i-off ko lang yung background natin. So good morning guys! I hope everyone is doing well. Nakikinig sa kanilang bahay. My name is Aris Aquino and I will be hosting today's event po. So welcome po. On behalf of Boost Manila Tech Incorporated, I would like to thank each and every one of you for attending our first ever webinar series. Yan. So medyo marami-rami rin tayo over Zoom and we're also live on Facebook. So kamusta po kayong lahat ng mga manonood? Ayan. So patuloy pa po tayo madami. Let's just wait for a few minutes and then we can officially start. Ayan. So kamustahin ko na muna yung mga nasa Zoom. Kamusta kayong mga nasa Zoom? Please type in kung saang lugar kayo nanonood. Ayan, para gusto ko kayong kamustahin. Please type in sa ating chat box kung saan kayo nanonood. Kung nasa opisina ba kayo, kung umuulan ba sa inyo. Please, they're from Isabela. Hello, Hannah. Good morning. Isabela, wow, from the up north. Good morning. Maulan ba dyan ngayon sa inyo, Hannah? Hello, Charles from QZ. QZ talaga. Quezon City. Aina from Taguig. Good morning. Ayan. So, we're also live on Facebook. Meron na po tayo mga nag-join on Facebook. Excited na ba kayo na matuto ngayong araw na ito? Ayan. Good morning po from Los Baños, Laguna. Hello, Thea. So, kanina naka-receive ako ng mga messages na may mga nagre-request ng e-certificate. I think we also have students who will be joining in today. So, welcome sa ating mga students na nakikinig. So, yes, we will be giving out e-certificates along with our webinar notes. So, we will be providing a link to a survey later on. So, make sure na i-accomplish nyo po yun para maka-receive po kayo ng e-survey at ng e-certificate. So let's wait for a few more minutes before we officially start our webinar for today. So this is just the first ever, no? Marami pa kaming naka-line up for everyone. Meron kami mga naisip na personalities na pwede nating invite over the coming week. So please stay tuned and follow us at Boost Manila page. Yan. Alright, I think we can start in a minute. Good morning, Ansel. We also have Charles, David, Gail, si G, si Hannah, si Jared, hi Joel, good morning, si Lizette, si Thea, we also already said good morning, Thea, and to Joy, good morning sa inyong lahat. So, ganun naman po, while we are discussing kung ano man yung topic natin for today, if you have any questions or comments, just feel free to type in your comments or questions, be it on Zoom or Facebook. I-type nyo lang po sa chat box kung ano man ang inyong mga comments or suggestions or violent reactions if you have any. Yan, good morning then kay Reza. Hi Reza, good morning. si Reza. And also, during the duration of the webinar, I would like everyone to please go on mute. But then, if I'll invite you later on, if you have any questions, if you would like to go on live, definitely, pwede po tayo mag-live para mag-interview po namin. Sayang din ang exposure sa Facebook. I think we can go ahead and start. So let me share my screen, guys. Screen, hold on. There. Can you guys see my screen? Kita niyo po ba? Patay ko man po ng exclamation point kung kita niyo po ang aking screen. Alright. Thank you, Reza. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Joel. So, kita po nila ang screen. Ayan. So, again, welcome everyone sa aming first ever Sulong Negosyo webinar series entitled Ikaw, Bida. So, our goal for today is matuto po tayo, no? Being business freelancers, kung meron man tayong mga pinibetang produkto or servisyo, is paano po tayo mag-stand out, especially during this time of social media, kung saan lahat po halos ang nagbebenta ay nasa social media. So, that's for today. That's my promise for you for today, that you will be able to identify at least some steps or skills on how to build your unique brand. So this is not just for business owners. This is also for freelancers. If your brand is yourself, especially sa mga kapwa financial advisors, mga real estate agents, sa mga consultants, this is also a way for you to identify and build your unique brand. Alright? So ito po, this is what we aim to discuss during this morning session. And so we will be able to define kung ano pong ibig sabihin ng branding, ano pong importansya ng branding sa business, ano ang mga elements of branding, and of course, as a whole, kung paano po tayo mag-create at mag-stand out with a unique branding. Ayaw mag-next. There you go. So what is branding? Now, by definition, branding is the marketing practice of creating a name, symbol, or design that identifies and differentiates a product from other products. Now, highlight, specific na highlight, no, yung name, symbol, design, identify, and differentiate. So, branding per se is not just a name, it's not just a symbol or a logo or identity, it's actually the totality ng iyong produkto, service, or business. No? So, it actually tells yung story kung ano ka bilang brand. So ito nga, no, it is derived from who you are, sino ka, who you want to be, and who people perceive you to be. Now, I underline the word perceive. Ibig sabihin yan, perception. No? Ibig sabihin, pwedeng mabago. Pwede natin ma-influensyan yung mga tao, especially yung mga customers natin na bumili sa atin, or kumuha ng servisyo natin. Pwede natin silang influensyan. Kaya po nauso yung mga social media influencers. No? Yan yung ibig sabihin niya. Kasi pwede nating baguhin ang perception ng tao towards our product or service if we have a good branding strategy. Ayan, itong tatlong circles makikita nyo, no? This is just aspect of branding in my own opinion. So, it's about you, kung anong business mo, kung anong service mo, kung anong produkto mo. It's all about you, your product, your story, and then, of course, kailangan po natin ang ating mga bloodline, ang ating lifeline sa ating mga business, no? Ang ating mga customers, dahil kung wala sila, wala tayong kikitain. So, sila ang ating mga mahal na kliyente, sila ang ating target market. Now, branding is all about fulfilling that promise, no? So, the promise is what we are, your value, what we are offering. So, ang goal natin when we do branding is we fulfill that promise to our customers. So again, branding, it's about our story, our product, kung ano yung ma-offer natin, yung promise natin sa ating mga customers. Yan. Diyan magiging effective natin masasabi ang branding kapag na-fulfill natin yung promise natin sa customers. For example, ang promise mo, kung nagtitinda ka ng chicken wings, ang promise mo, yung chicken wings na to, masarap, na mapapagpagkit ka kapag kinakain mo. So kapag dumating sa customers mo, when they taste yung manok, yung chicken wings, kapag napapikit sila sa sarap, ibig sabihin na fulfill mo yung promise. You deserve a pat in the back nga kasi na-fulfill mo kung ano man yung ino-offer mo or at least ipinapromise mo na ino-offer mo sa iyong mga customers. Ayan. So that is branding. It's a totality. It's the identity of who you are, what you can do for your clients. Ayan. Then we can go next. So ito ang importance ng branding sa ating business. Unang-una, a good brand identity improves recognition. Second, branding creates trust, branding attracts customer, and lastly, branding builds business value. This is actually parang step by step, no? At first, we start with recognition. With the good branding, especially, we all start na wala pa tayo at hindi pa tayo kilala sa ating mga negosyo or business. So, usually, what we intend to do with the good branding, we start na magpakilala tayo kung sino tayo, kung anong produkto natin, para maniwala at magtiwala sa atin yung ating mga customers. So, a good branding gives you recognition. And once you're recognized by your target customers, definitely, you will be able to bring trust. Or, di ba? So, habang nagtitiwala na sila sa'yo, yung mga first time lang na makapag-try or makapag-avail ng service or product or ng business mo, naging repeat customers and magkakaroon ka ng mga loyal customers. So, yun yung tinatawag ng mga super fans na tinatawag. So, once you have the recognition, and then you will be able to build trust over time, and then you will be able to attract customers, and then at some point, the customers will bring in more money to the business. Tumataas po yung halaga ng business value na, o yung tumataas yung halaga ng ating business. So at some point, ganito nagsisimula, no? May mga startup na business tayo, minsan sa backyard or minsan sa basement lang nagsisimula yung mga business, no? Diyan nagsimula yung Amazon, even Facebook sa backyard lang, sa parking lot lang sila nagsimula. Then over the years, since they were able to build the recognition, trust, and attract their customers, over time, na-build po nila yung business value nila. Tumaas po yung market value ng kanilang product or ng service. And then at some point, pwede na pong mag-invite ng mga investors na mag-join sa inyong mga business. So yan, ito ang importante lang, just some important key points why branding is important in your business, no? Again, it improves recognition. Second, it creates trust. Third, it attracts customer. And fourth, it builds business value. There you have it. So at this point, we will be discussing naman the elements of branding. So maraming elements of branding. And again, ayoko pong sumakit ang ating mga ulo, dumugo ang ating mga ilong. So we will just be discussing for today kung ano yung madali natang may apply sa ating mga business. No? Especially if you have an existing product or service or existing business, pwede nyo i-check dito na, tama ba yung mga ginagawa ko or ano pa kaya ang mga dapat kong gawin para improve. So for today, just for today, mga kapartners, we will be talking about visual design elements. So ano nga ba yung mga visual design elements yan? So ito yung medyo tangible, yung mga nakikita natin na naka-print or naka-post sa social media. Ito yung representation usually ng ating mga business. No? Name, logo, color, or typography, or yung font na tinatawag. Then we also have images, tagline, packaging, etc. And then we also have the distinct product features. Ito yung quality, design sensibility, personality, etc. Ito yung mga marireceive ng mga customers mo or ng mga iyong mga clients kapag inavail nila yung product or service mo or yung business mo. And then there's also the intangible aspect of customer experience where we talk about reputation, customer experience, integrity, etc. So just like I mentioned, just for today, we will talk about visual design elements. And so let's start with the first element that we will be discussing today. It's all about name. Now, ano nga bang what's in a name? Sabi nga nila. So your name ideally should convey the expertise, value, and uniqueness of the product or service you have developed. No? So dapat yung name mo would really represent kung ano yung ino-offer mo ng business mo. So for example, kung nagtitinda ka ng chicken, of course, you should have at least the name chicken doon sa pangalan mo, sa business name mo. No? Hindi yung malilito, say for instance, na binibenta mo, you're selling book supplies or school supplies and then meron kang chicken or hardware doon sa iyong business name. So make sure, that's just a common sense, just make sure na gawin natin yan sa ating mga naming. So ito, just some tips in choosing a name for your business or product. Una-una, be descriptive. Sabi ko nga, at least you should be able to describe what you are offering or what you are selling sa iyong business, no? For example, Mila's Lechon. Nagutom to. Lechon. And then Sonia's Garden. So yan. Ang mga names dapat should be able to describe what you are selling or at least what you are offering. Let's be descriptive. Pangalawa, use real words. Example, ayan, Apple, Pandora, bench. So these are actually real words sa dictionary or at least ginagamit natin sa part of language. Ano ba? Meron pa ba kayong mga naiisip? So type in nyo lang kung may mga naisip kayong names, no? Ng mga branding na pwede natin gamitin as example. So ito, ang sinasabi lang nila na medyo problema dito sa paggamit ng mga real words is may mga patent issues. Ibig sabihin, kailangan pa natin i-apply over intellectual property rights kung pwede ba natin gamitin yung certain words kasi this is part of the public domain or part of the public property. So yun. Now, another thing is, thing or tip for choosing a name for your business is using acronyms or initials. So examples, BDO, yan, AOL, CDO, and PLDT. So guys, BDO, ano ibig sabihin ng BDO? Yan, tama, Banco de Oro. Now, AOL is America Online. PLDT means Philippine Long Distance Telecommunication Company. I hope that's correct. And lastly, CDO. Ano ibig sabihin ng CDO, guys? Meron bang nakakaalam sa inyo kung ano ibig sabihin ng CDO? Tingnan nga natin. Baka pwede kong bigyan ng price later on. So sa Zoom or at least over Facebook Live, ano ang ibig sabihin ng CDO? Nag-iisip? Una ko naisip actually Cagayan de Oro. So hindi naman pala. CDO, ito yung baka may nag-google na sa inyo. CDO, the company na competitor ng Pure Foods yan. Mga ano ba tawag, yung mga cold cuts, something like that. Walang nakakaalam kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng CDO. Ayan, sige, sasabihin ko na nga, ayaw niyo ng premyo eh. Ibig sabihin ng CDO, apparently, this is the name or the initials of the owner who is Corazon Dairoong. Yan, si Joyce, very good Joyce. Yan, si Corazon Dairoong. Siya yung owner ng CDO. Sige, may premyo ka sa akin, Joyce, sa babatiin kita later on. Alright, so yeah, that's just one example of using a name for your business. And also, lastly, you can use yung mga pangalan nyo mismo. Example, si Goldilocks, si Dencios, Gloria Maris, o si JV. Si JV on Facebook, tama, nag-work daw siya dyan. Good morning, JV. Tama. Tama rin sagot. So, yung aking mga kasamahan over at Jacaranda ang sumasagot. Which is tama naman. Very good. Alright. So, there you have it. Just some tips. Be descriptive. Use real words. Use acronyms at saka people's names. Ayan. So, yung next slide, ito medyo fun ito, no? Especially tayong mga Filipino, very creative. Sabi nga nila, for you to be recognized, to be identified over your ocean of competition, you have to come up with a name na medyo mag-stick talaga sa ating mga tao. Now, ito, tayong mga Pilipino, mahilig sa mga nakakatawa at medyo witty, no? Ito, examples ng mga funny and witty Pinoy names, business name rather. Yan, Starbucks. Tingnan natin kung na-encounter nila ito. Starbucks, a seller of duck eggs in Quezon City. So this is, of course, a play on Starbucks. Ito naman, Harry Pata. So, crispy pata stall in Pasig and Cavite. So, kung may sa pata, hanapin mo na si Harry Pata. But of course, it's also a play on Harry Potter. Yan, mahilig sa mga Harry Potter, mga Potterheads yan. Ayan, meron din tayong Cebu Pacific. Okay, ito. Cebu Pacific. Ito naman, para sa mga, it's actually a restaurant in Cavite. So it's a play on Cebu Pacific, the airlines. And ito, Living Things. Funeral Parlor, yan. So, of course, it's a play on living things. And lastly, Bangga Kaday. It's a car repair shop. Yeah, it's a funny take on Bongga Kaday, on the song, yan, or a movie rather. Yan, so kayo ba guys? tingnan natin sa chat room over Facebook and Zoom kung meron na ba kayong mga na-encounter. Ano to? Tutorial? Tutorial? Hindi ko gets. Sorry. Tutorial. Ano to? Tutorial. Okay witty yun Hindi ko na-gets yun. Tutorial. Good. Anyone else na meron na nabasa or nadaanan habang nagda-drive kayo or naglalakad kayo, na-encounter kayo ng funny and witty Pinoy name? Sa Facebook kaya, meron tayong mga comments. Later on, check natin. Wala na. Hindi nyo alam, wala na kayong mga brands na na-encounter na nakakatawa. Sherry. Okay, sige. Ito, this is an actual name, by the way. Sex. Sisig Express. Hindi ko alam kung maniniwala ako kay Sherry kung may totoo man, in-invento na lang. Pero mukhang totoo naman yata. Ayan. Meron din, again from JV. Tilapia. Masarap na malansa pa. JV, hindi ko alam kung totoo yan o nanluloko ka lang. Tilapia. Masarap na. Malansa pa. Okay, sige. Hindi ko lang alam kung masarap yung tea na yun na malansa. Ayan. So, sige, kung meron pa kayo maisip na name na mga Pinoy businesses na nakakatawa or nakaka-capture ng attention nyo, just type them over sa ating chat box, sa Zoom or sa Facebook Live. Ayan. Moving on. Another type of branding element is the logo or typography. Pinagsama ko na. The logo or the font. Usually kasi magkasama siya. It's a symbol made up of text and images that identifies a business, and it's all about creating the perfect visual brand mark for a company. Yun ang sinasabi nila na yung logo is actually the most important part of your visual branding kasi this represents your business in totality. Kumbaga, pag nakita pa lang nila yung logo mo, alam na nila kung anong binibenta mo, no? That is actually a good mark of a quality logo na sinasabi nila. Now, bakit ba importante ang pag-create ng logo para sa inyong business? Una-una, a logo makes you stand out from the competition. Yan. So imagine mo, no, especially sa online business, marami na nagbebenta ng taho, marami na nagbebenta ng ube cheese pandesal, marami na nagbebenta ng, sushi, big sushi. So, dagdagan po yun ng interesting logo that would complement your business story. Definitely, that will help you stand out from the competition. Yan. Also, a logo identifies key information about your business. Yan. Especially kung halimbawa yung name mo is hindi masyadong related sa iyong product or service. Now, if you just put there an identifier sa logo mo, mas madaling ma-identify kung ano nga ba yung ino-offer mo sa business mo. And lastly, a logo builds brand recognition. Ito, sinasabi nga natin, madaling ma-recognize ang yung brand if you have a logo that would complement kung ano ang business mo. Ayan, so let's move on. Ito yung mga types ng ensembles of logo. Abstract mark. Ayan. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya masyadong defined. So, sabi nga sa art, abstract kung ano na lang. So, parang mga swooshes lang or mga strokes or brush strokes lang. That's abstract mark. This is actually Pepsi. Yan, medyo alam natin yan na kapag red, white, and blue, that's Pepsi. Now, another type of logo and example also is that you can use is a mascot logo. So kung meron kayong mascot, no? Tulad nito si Colonel Sanders sa KFC, si Jollibee, yan, pwede nyo itong gamitin sa mascot logo. Yung iba naman, ginagamit nila sa combination mark. It's a combination of lettermark or text and also abstract. For example, ang example natin dyan is si Burger King. So meron siyang text, no? Burger King, and then it's a combination also of strokes, yung background niya, yung blue, white, and yellow. Yan. Another type and sample of logo is an emblem logo. Ayan, for example, this is Harvard School, no? Veritas. So this is their school emblem or their school insignia. Yan mismo yung ginagamit nila na logo nila. And this represents the value that Harvard is promoting. Now, next would be lettermark. Ibig sabihin yung mismong kahit yung pangalan lang or yung acronym lang mismo kung ano ang meron kayo sa name niyo or company niyo. Yun na mismo yung gagamitin niyo. NASA, for example, di ba? Ayan. And then, pictorial mark. Ito, kilalang-kilala natin. Mga gumagamit ng pictures, no? Apple. This is a very good brand. Very unique brand. Kapag nakikita tayo ng Apple na may kagat, alam natin na that's Apple. Another pictorial mark na logo na gumagamit na brand is Twitter. Yung Twitter is actually parang ibon lang, di ba? Yung nag-tweet na ganyan. So alam natin na kapag nakita natin, oh, that's Twitter. Yan. And lastly, word mark. Ito, specific words yung ginagamit natin. Not to differentiate it sa NASA, no? Hindi ito acting usually yung words that would represent their business. So yan, ito yung mga types and samples of logo. Abstract mark, mascot logo, combination mark, emblem logo, meron din tayong lettermark, pictorial mark, saka word mark. So kayo guys, meron ba kayong mga favorite logo na nakakapag-identify kayo or at least favorite nyo? For example, yung logo ng Andox or logo ng Baliwag Lechon. Bakit puro pagkain yung naisip ko? Napagalan ng gutom tayo. Ayan. Even yung logo ng McDonald's, right? Yung M lang na ganon. Yan, karamihan fast food nga. Maganda yung mga logos nila. McDonald's, ano ba? Any other brands na pwede natin maisip na may magandang logo? Tignan natin sa tapas. Soft drinks. Coca-Cola is actually a good logo, di ba? Pangalan lang niya, Coca-Cola. That's a logo itself. It's a word mark. Ano ba mga klase ng pictorial mark? Yung Nike, there you go. Sabay tayo mag-isip, Joel, yung shoes na ganyan. That's actually Nike, that's a pictorial mark. Ano pa ba? Examples ng mga logos. BDO, di ba? Lettermark siya, BDO. Usually yung mga banks na ganyan. Ano ba? Ceres bus, yellow color. Very good. Yan, sige. Guys, if you have any suggestions or at least may mga examples, further examples pa kayo ng mga logos na favorite nyo, pwedeng i-type nyo lang sa chat box. So, pwede na tayo mag-resume sa next topic. Now, another interesting topic about elements of branding is the color. Now, sabi nga nila, yung colors, it would have different meanings and it would evoke the emotion or the idea na na-attach sa inyong business or sa inyong brand. Ito, mga examples lang. Now, ito, it may hold true or not true for your business, but at least, ito lang, magsilbing guide lang itong mga color inspirations para sa inyong mga logos or businesses. Even sa inyong mga posts sa social media, kung meron mga color themes, pwede nyo gamitin yan. Now, the first one is the color red. Now, red means excitement, passion, and anger. No? So, kung ang business mo is involves passion and excitement, hindi naman siguro galit, but it's more on life. Anything na related sa life, sa hospital, sa buhay, I think, usually yung mga business na gumagamit na yan, red. Yeah. Now, second one, orange. Hindi, ito na lang, yellow na lang pala muna tayo. If you choose the yellow color, it means cheerful, affordable, and youthful. So yan, medyo mga energetic, medyo bata ang feeling ng brand nyo or ng business nyo. Definitely, you can use yellow. Now, kung ang business nyo naman, if you would like to have a calming, trustworthy, or mature, or medyo seryoso yung business nyo, no? Usually, companies use yung color na blue. Now, ang ginagamit, usually na nakikita ko gumagamit ng blue na companies would be yung mga, medyo mga brick and mortar companies, mga established corporations, mga businesses, mga consultancies, yan. Usually ginagamit nila blue because it evokes pagiging trustworthy. Now, next, ito naman pink. Kung ang target market mo naman, if you would like to target yung market na medyo bata, na usually, of course, mga babae, but of course, hindi lang naman pababae yung pink. And of course, yung mga cool, yan, pwede nyo gamitin yung pink na color. Now, the fifth one, if you would like to have a vibrant, invigorating, and playful, and energetic din yan. this is our color in Boost Manila. This is orange. So, kung gusto mo yan, you would like to evoke na bata pa kayo, energetic and vibrant, then definitely you can use orange. Now, ito, versatile, nature-friendly, and also it also means money, no? When businesses use the color green for their symbol, for their logo or for their theme. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng green. Now, others, gumagamit naman ng purple kasi it says purple is the color of royalty. So, yan yung medyo social ang branding mo. If you're into jewelry, into fashion, or if you would like to have that mysterious vibe or eclectic vibe, definitely you can use the color purple. Now, kung ano naman, kabaliktaran naman daw ng feminine na pink is use the masculine brown. So, ibig sabihin ito, unique, handmade, or earth-friendly. Usually yan yung mga gumagamit na businesses or brands. Brown ang ginagamit nila. Now, the last three colors, ito yung sinasabi nilang classic colors. No? And these are usually colors na kino-combine sa mga first three colors. Now, if you would like to promote yung pagiging sleek, yung medyo classic and elegant and modern, then definitely you can use black. May mga businesses na gumagamit usually ng black. Usually mga mga law firms, mga serious businesses na tinatawag. Yan. If they would like to promote elegance and authority, they use black. Now, as a support also, clean, modern, and economical, usually white. Kasi pag sinabi mong malinis, no, parang, okay, parang pure to. So, ayan, yung white din, pwede din natin magamit yan. It also, combined with yellow, promotes pagiging affordable and economical. And lastly, gray. Gray to or silver. Gray, ibig sabihin, mature, classic, and serious. Ayan. So ito, pwede, when you design your Facebook theme or social media posting themes or your logos or your branding, please also consider yung mga colors, especially kung ano yung nababagay sa business. For example, if you are promoting mga food businesses, usually ang ginagamit na ng mga colors, combinations or colors na ginagamit sa food business are the colors yellow, red, and orange. So mapapansin nyo, ano ba yung mga brands? Jollibee, McDo, di ba? Mang Inasal, Burger King, kadamihan sa kanila, they play on yellow, red, and orange. Doon lang naglalaro yung mga food business. Mariana, so kadamihan, parang wala akong nakikitang black, pure black or gray na food business kasi hindi siya masyadong enticing. Apparently, as part of color psychology, when we see yellow, orange, and red, it reminds us of food na nagugutom tayo usually kapag yan ang ginagamit natin. Now, green naman, green also represents money. So, money, usually banks and financial industries use color green, especially sa mga companies over the United States kasi yun yung kulay ng pera nila, dollar. No? Also, yellow is also part of that scheme na medyo trusting na maraming financial industries ang gumagamit din ng yellow and blue. Now, ngayon, if you're targeting nga yung medyo mga bata, definitely you can use yung mga pink and the purple, especially yung color trends for next year. That's why yun din yung background ko, no? It's actually a combination of pink and purple and orange kasi yun dahil yung sinasabi nila ng color trend for 2020. Yeah, so kung gusto nyo mag-rebrand or kung wala pa kayong branding or wala pa kayong colors for your branding, you can also look into the possible effects of colors in your brand. So ito yun. Again, red, yellow, blue, purple, orange, green, pink, brown, and combinations with the modern black, the economical white, and of course the serious gray. So yan ang mga paggamit ng mga colors. And next naman na di-discuss natin is about using of tagline. Now, a good tagline or slogan sets you apart from your competitors and usually it summarizes your brand values. So yung tagline usually yung mga slogan naka-incorporate ko doon sa mga logos natin. No? So this is actually a word or a set of words that would support your branding or your business. Ito mga tips lang on creating a tagline. So first is you have to know your audience. So kailangan yung tagline na gagamitin mo, if you're targeting, sasabihin natin, target natin is yung mga market A and B. So definitely hindi ka pwedeng gumamit ng medyo mga jologs or medyo Tagalog na ano kasi baka hindi ma-appreciate yung market natin. Now, if your market would be foreigners or Koreans or Chinese, then definitely you can infuse mga Chinese or Japanese articles or Korean articles, no? Or at least mga Japanese words na would evoke or attract more of your audience. So make sure na kilala mo yung audience mo para alam mo kung ano yung mag-attract sa kanila. Second, focus on your benefit. Now, importante to, no? Minsan kasi yung logo natin would not be enough para ma-explain kung ano yung business natin. So a good tagline would be able to support our branding, especially if lalagyan natin kung ano yung benefit na makukuha nila sa ating business. And thirdly, when you have a tagline, you should be able to keep it short and simple. Hindi yung isang sentence or isang paragraph. Diba? For example, Nike, just do it. Diba? Hindi naman sinabi ni Nike na, just do it and pray and do it consistently and every morning twice a day. Hindi naman ganun, diba? So, imagine mo, kung ganun ang inyong tagline, kailangan hindi masyadong mahaba, dapat keep it short and simple. So I think we have a question from Facebook. How about 7-Eleven po? This is from Chloe Fabro. So I think we're talking about the colors, no? Or the logo. Now, the colors for 7-Eleven is green, red, and yellow. Tama ba? So yan. So medyo universal kasi yung color na green. So ibig sabihin, pinopromote yung pera, no? And then of course, 7-Eleven, nagbebenta sila ng mga pagkain, mga food and non-food items. So ginamit nila na color is yellow, red, and green. So yan. So thanks, Chloe, for your question about branding or about logo. Ayan. So, katulad ng mga witty names kanina, tayo rin, again, mga Pinoy, mahilig tayo sa mga taglines. No? And then these are just examples of Pinoy companies using or utilizing taglines and slogans. Unang-una na dyan, ABS-CBN, in the service of the Filipino. Ayan. Another example of Pinoy tagline and slogan is Alaska. Wala pa rin tatalo sa Alaska. I'm not sure kung ito pa rin ba yung kanilang branding for today or tagline. And then Boysen, the quality you can trust. And then BDO, we find ways. And lastly, family rubbing alcohol. Hindi lang pang pamilya, pang sports pa. So ito yung mga napili ko ng mga favorite kong taglines. Kayo ba guys? Let's hear you guys comment your favorite taglines and slogans sa Facebook at sa Zoom, no? Please comment kung ano yung mga favorite taglines nyo naman naiisip pa kayo. Or pwede ako magpahula, di ba? Ano ba? Love ko to. Ano nga bang love ko to? Love ko to. McDonald's! Medyo mabagal tayo. Love ko to, McDonald's pala. Thank you. And then from Reza, Rexona, it won't let you down. Tama, Rexona won't let you down. So I'm not sure. May Rexona pa naman sa business ngayon, no? Meron pa rin naman. Tama. It's still active, Rexona. Ano ba mga naisip nating brand? Mga tagline or slogan? Sige, hintayin natin lang yung mga comments. Sorry, sumagot si Siri. PNB, you're first. Wow, this is from David. And Metrobank, you're in good hands. Yan, famous ang Metrobank kasi meron din silang jingle, no? You're in good hands with Metrobank. Tama, yung mga banks din, no? They utilize BDO, we find ways. Yes. Thank you, Sherry. Yun yung mga classic example ng taglines and slogans. Meron pa ako naisip eh. Ano yun? Alam niyo ba tong brand na to? Lamok, siguradong tepok. Bygone! Thanks, Reza. Bygone ba? Bygone ba tol? Lamok, siguradong tepok. Di ba? Foreigner pa yung may accent pa yung yung commercial nito eh. Ano ba? Gamot ay laging bago. Yes, correct. That's mercury. Tama. Gamot ay laging bago. So may mga suki card dyan. Pwede kayong pwede kayong pumunta sa Mercury. Ayan, Love Radio, 90.7. Kailangan po bang i-memorize yan? Ito ba yung same vision na to? Sila ba yun? I think Love Radio din. Vision na to. Ayan, pagdadinig mo sa FX, no? Sa mga drivers, yan ang mga pinakinggan nila usually. Ano ba? Huwag mahihiyang magtanong. Ayan, especially si Susan Roses. Diba? That's correct, right, Ned? Huwag mahihiyang magtanong. May right, Ned, ba nito? Ayan. Also, another example, it's more fun. Is it more fun in the Philippines? Tama ba? Or more fun? I don't know. I think more fun in the Philippines. That's our DOT campaign. Pero hindi na yata ngayon. Yeah, correct. It's more fun in the Philippines. Department of Tourism. Ngayon, hindi ko alam kung ano ng campaign ng DOT ngayon. Dito tayo, maraming COVID or something. Joke lang, joke. It's finger licking good. KFC. Okay, parang gusto mag-KFC. Magpa-deliver ng KFC later. It's finger licking good. Diba? O kaya, ito, sarap to the bones. Anong brand ang naisip nyo? When I say sarap to the bones, tignan nga natin sa chat. Maxes. Thank you, Joel. Meron ko ba ako nag-isip? Angel's Burger. Unang lahat, tinawag lahat. Okay na. Okay na. Angel's Burger, unang lahat, tinawag lahat. Angel's Burger, ito yung sobrang daming stall, no? Unang kagat, hindi pala unang lahat. So, it's a typo. Unang kagat, tinawag lahat. Sobrang sarap ng Angel's Burger, masarap yan. Natikman ko na yan. Sorry, Angel's Burger, unang kagat, tinapay lahat. Akala, so joke pala yun. Okay, sige na. LBC, hari ng padala. Tama. LBC, hari ng padala. Correct. Ayan, sipag at tiyaga. Political slogan ng isang presidential ball during the previous elections. Sipag at tiyaga. Si SNP. Yes, correct. Meron pa, since we're talking about mga political slogans, so marami rin yan. Yung gusto ko happy ka. Kanino man yan? Kaninong slogan yan? Gusto ko happy ka. Tingnan nga natin. Si Tata. Tama, si Tatang Enrile. Yan, si Senator Enrile ang gumamit. O yung Infinity, hindi mo papasahin yan. Tuwad na daan daw. Kaninong kanino yan? Kaninong branding yan? Tuwid na daan. So that's a different. Ang dami mo nag-join sa Iman. Enrile, tuwid na daan ba si Enrile ang gumamit ng tuwid na daan? Sogo. Sogo? Tuwad na daan ba Sogo? Sige. Parang ayoko na magtanong sa inyo guys kung ano yung mga tinatype nito. Sige. Basta, so clean, so good ang Sogo. Paano mo nalaman? Infinity Mix. Infinity MYK pala. Swerte ka, hindi ko alam yung pangalan mo Kasi yung business name natin yung kinagay ko. So clean, so good ang Sogo. Seiko Wallet, ang wallet na maswerte. Ayan. Ito. Meron ko, may liwanag ang buhay. Correct, Joy? That's actually a good example. Ito, wala na tong film outfit na to If it's from blank, it must be good. Joel, favorite mo bang Seiko? Tama, kasi yun din, minention natin Seiko wallet. So Seiko, ayan. If it's from Seiko, it must be good. So we will also be checking kung ano yung mga sinasabi ng ating mga kaibigan, mga ating mga partners from Facebook Live. May recording pala siya. Meron po tayong recording, wala po tayong recording sa Zoom, unfortunately. Meron po tayong recording sa Facebook. Ayan. May issue sa net. Yes, meron. We will be sharing the event recording via Facebook Live. Sige. Era para sa mahirap. Yan, this is branding ni President Erap Estrada during his campaign. This is from Ariel Magbanwa. Tama, this is a good example. Another example from Facebook, dahil mahal kita, sogo ka. Giancarlo Quezano, totoo ba to? Dahil mahal kita, sogo ka. Nalala ko rin yung piso para sa Pasig. Yan, that's a good slogan. And another, ano to? Ito ba? PLDT destroying Zoom lives? Is this a campaign or a complaint sa PLDT? Ayan. And so I think, yeah, kung meron pa kayo mga examples, just type in over kung ano man yung slogan nyo or favorite Pinoy tagline or slogan nyo. So ako, it's personal thing, ako favorite ko, EBSC din, Alaska, Boys and Video, tsaka Family Rubbing ako. Right, so I think we are close to the end of our discussion for today. Medyo may silo pa na yung discussion natin, but later on, if you have any questions or concerns or violent reactions, we can definitely talk about that. So in summary, I hope sa ating maiksing pagsasama-sama ngayong araw na to, you were able to understand or at least have some inkling kung ano nga ba ang branding para sa inyong business o sa inyong produkto. Just to summarize kung ano man ang natutunan natin ngayong araw na to. Now, establish your brand identity by focusing on who you are, kung ano ang storya mo, kung ano ang storya ng iyong produkto or ng business, at ano ang kaya mong ibigay, what you can do, or what you promise to your customers. This is a good anchor, this is a good foundation for your business when it comes to branding. Pangalawa, create a brand identity that's unique or personal and sincere. Sabi nga nila, the closer to pagiging personal or sincere ang iyong business o iyong brand, the better. Kasi sabi nila, you are able to establish trust more or tiwala doon sa iyong mga customers kung alam nila na natural or personal yung iyong product or service. Usually, di ba, they attach a very emotional story. Minsan meron dyan yung mga brand na na-establish nila yung business nila o yung produkto nila because of situations or a happening in their life. So usually, magandang anchor yan na pwedeng gamitin sa inyong brand. Kaya kailangan yung brand nyo may istorya na pwede natin ipalabas sa mga alaala mo, kaya sabi nila. Now next, choose a name that represents your business. So importante, you start with a business kasi business registration pa lang, if you happen to register it to DTI or to SEC, importante na pag-isipan kasi yung name that would be your cornerstone, yan yung mag-establish sa'yo as a business. The other branding elements will just support that. So make sure, be careful when you choose the right name for your business. And also, pick a logo that would best summarize your business. Sabi ko nga kanina, minsan ang logo, ang pangalan natin hindi na makikita or hindi natin makikita kaagad kung ano yung branding natin sa name itself. So you can use a good logo to help share your brand story or to summarize your business. So, ito si Infinity MYK, paano kung MLM rebranding? Kasi offering MLM service pero pwede mag-rebrand. Multi-level marketing, so I think kung ang business mo naman is legit, madali na ma-promote yan. So, sabi nga nila, pag may binibenta ka, that's actually also a networking business, although it has a bad reputation for now. As long as you are sincere at alam ng tao na ma-offer mo is totoo and reliable and you're trustworthy, then definitely madali mong ma-rebrand ang MLM. Ayan. Pick a logo that would summarize your business. Yan, napag-usapan na natin yan kanina. Select a color that would complement your brand story. Again, remember that colors would have an effect on your branding story, on your logo, on on your business. So make sure also to be careful when you choose the logo or the color for your business. And lastly, if you are able to, you have to add a tagline that sets you apart. Especially sa mga online business ngayon, a tagline would help you stand out. So make sure, ito guys, ito mga tips na binigay ko sa inyo, just follow them, or if you haven't established your branding yet, make sure na, alam mo yun, na you read on branding or at least follow these simple steps na madaling may apply sa inyong mga businesses. Ayan, dun nga pala, no, before we end this discussion, guys, we will be showing you a link later on. We will be sharing sa chat group at sa ating Facebook group, sa Zoom and sa Facebook. We will be giving you a link for you to give your comments or suggestions, and also a survey also, and provide you a link for you to give us your name and your email address para ma-register nyo ang inyong attendance for today at para mabigyan din namin kayo ng aming brand notes, which is a summary of what I discussed for today. And also, yung iba sa ating mga students, kasi may mga students din tayo ngayon, no? Para sa ating mga estudyante na gustong mag-request ng e-certificate para sa kanilang attendance. So yan, I will be showing that, sharing the link to you later on. Ayan, guys, this is the time for questions or violent reactions if you have. So nauna na si Infinity MYK kanina, no? Paano ba magre-rebrand kung ang business mo is MLM or multi-level marketing? So I think the MLM is a good business, no? It's networking as long as you have a product or at least merong tangible benefit na makukuha yung iyong mga customers or mga clients. So yun lang, mahirap kasi mag-establish ng brand ngayon, especially if it has a reputation already. So what you can do, I think, is you can go back to the foundation, which is establishing trust, pagpapakilala, na when they join your MLM, legitimate business to, that you have your business permits, that, alam mo yun, na meron kang mga tamang mga filings sa BIR at Securities and Exchange Commission or sa DTI, at hindi mo sila tatakbuhan in the future. So, importante yun, no? Kasama yan sa branding. Hindi lang visual, that's also part of integrity, and honesty is also an important part of business branding. Ayan. So again, reminder, no, sa survey, towards the end, we will be giving you a link to register for the survey so you can receive an episode note on an ebook, summary of what I have discussed for today, para you can always go back to it as a reference, and also for sa ating mga students para makahingi sila ng e-certificate para mapakita nila sa kanilang mga professors, sa kanilang mga online classes. And also, we would like to invite you guys, kung wala pa kayong questions, no, sa Facebook at sa ating Zoom, kung wala pa kayong questions, I would like to invite you guys for next Friday ang episode po namin. It's about photography, kung paano natin gagamit ang photography sa branding sa ating social media. So, just check our Facebook page, that's Boost MNL, that's BOOST, and then MNL. Just follow it, and then we will be sending out invitations. Actually, meron nang nakapost na yun, no? Ang title ng ating episode 2 or webinar series number 2 for next week would be Larawang Di Kupas. You know? So, how to use photography and branding. So, we will have a resource speaker for next week. Siya lamang ang nag-iisang si Ricky Ladia, kung nakikilala si Ricky Ladia. He is an image master, so he's travel across the globe. Ayan. He is being invited by brands. No? I'm not really sure about the brands. I think Tamron is one, Nikon, Canon. They were also invited by Ricky. Also was invited by these companies also. And actually, naka-attend na ako ng napakaraming workshops ni Ricky. Totoong napakagaling niya, Sir Ricky Ladia. Makikilala natin siya next week. Yeah. And also, after that, hopefully the next Friday after that, we will also be inviting over Canva naman to help us with designing social media. So, we will have partnerships with Canva and also Gcash. So, yan. So, meron na rin tayo mga sponsors. So, hopefully, we will be giving out gifts and giveaways sa ating mga attendees over at Zoom and Facebook. So yan. So my question, paano mag-brand ng crochet dolls? I'm not familiar with crochet dolls. Yung crochet dolls ba yung ano? Yung mga... Of course, it's a doll, right? So, crochet dolls, usually, let's start siguro Infinity Manila na manika na ginanchilyo. Oh, okay. So, Infinity, usually you start with your target market. Diba? Sino ba yung target market mo? O ang target market mo, mga bata, or ang target market mo, mga millennials, then definitely, you can go by what ticks to a millennial right now. Action figure? Nag-joke ka ba? Ginanchilyo na Iron Man? Ano ba ito? Nag-joke ba ito si Infinity MYK? Anyways, kung sino man, kung ano man ang ginanchilyo na Iron Man. Tama? Wow, that's very unique. Alam mo yun? That's actually a unique product, no? So I think yung ano, you can capitalize on the uniqueness of your product. So if you have a good story to support why you start that business or how you learned about that skill, I think you can. That's a good practice for branding. So siguro for example, no, ako I remember merong gumawa before ng mga action figures, Marvel action figures, made of mga chinelas o mga rubber, no? So sumikat tong brand na to because of that story. So I think you can start with that, no? Tell your story over social media, over your Facebook feed or Twitter, Instagram, kung paano mo ginagawa yung action figure na yun. Especially yung paggaganchilyo, not everyone now actually marunong pang mag-ganchilyo, di ba? Usually sa mga sa mga livelihood classes na lang sa school, dun siya nadi-discuss. So I think you can start building a good brand by telling your story because it's a very unique story, it's a very compelling story. So I suggest using that story para makapag-attract ng customer mo for your brand. Now, I hope I answered your question, Infinity. Infinity, ano bang pangalan mo para mas ma-address kita na maayos? Ayan. So si Ivan, Michael. So Michael, thanks Michael. So I hope I answered your questions. Paano ba mag-brand ng herbal soap? MLM ang... Sige, sorry na kay Michael pa rin ako. MLM ang name niya, yung Infinity. MLM. Okay. Sige. Alright, si Ivan naman, ang sagot niya, paano po mag-brand ng herbal soap? Ganun ulit, Ivan. Let's start with you, yung product mo, that's herbal soap, and then your customer, sino ba yung target customer mo, and then pangatlo, ano yung benefit or your promise to your customer kapag ginamit nila yung herbal soap. Usually, very specific yung herbal soap, di ba? Merong herbal soap na pampakinis, merong herbal soap na pampaputi, merong herbal soap na pantanggal ng mga hadhad, mga antifungal soaps. So, ano exactly ba, Ivan, yung herbal soap na pinapromote mo? Na gusto mong i-promote ka na? So, I suggest you stick to that. There is targeted marketing na tinatawag, no? Or what they say, niche marketing na tinatawag sa brand marketing. Na you focus on your specific target market and then from there, mas madaling mag-brand. So kung ang herbal soap mo is naka-cater sa mga nanay or naka-cater sa mga dalaga or naka-cater sa mga K-pop idols or fanatics, yun, you can target them yung mga herbal soap by using kung ano yung target customer. So mas madali yun. So I suggest you go by that principle. Remember your product, remember your client, and remember what your product is offering. So mas madali mo nang mako-connect kung ano man yung gusto mo i-brand. No? I hope I answered your question correctly, Ivan. Innovative po siya, marami po siyang benefits kasi it has 5 main beneficial ingredients. Alright? So Ivan, So you mentioned about the herbal soap, no? Na meron kang 5 beneficial ingredients. And then, sino bang target market mo, Ivan, if I may ask? Ayan, so we also have some questions for si Desta. Desta, ano ba pangalan mo? Para ma-address din kita. Ayan, si Infinity or si Michael, I know how to do GIF. Yes, can also use that. That's actually a good social media practice, ang paggamit ng mga GIFs, yung mga gumagalaw-galaw na images. So, si Ivan, so you can also capitalize kung bakit siya innovative, bakit siya bago. Usually, ang mga tao mahilig sa bago, no? Especially if you arouse their interest kung ano ba ang yung mga ingredients or benefits mo na wala pa sa market today. Mas madali actually na mag-market sa. But again, if you have the target customers already, mas madali na. Even with the colors, even with the branding, even with the demographics, kung anong age group ba yan, kung kanino bang mga psychographics ba, kung ano ba yung mga ideas nila or mga emotional appeals nila, definitely mas madali natin ito. Yan. Actually, what I'm talking about is not part of the branding webinar today, but definitely it will be part of the topics na we will be promoting. So, kasi ang branding po, napakalaking topic. This is very broad. Sobrang maraming topic na pwedeng pag-usapan. And basing from your questions pa lang and your comments sa chat, alam ko na mag-benefit kayo sa mga future topics natin over at our webinar series. And of course, sa ating survey later on, you will have a chance to type in yung mga comments or suggestions or topics na gusto nyo include natin sa mga future webinar series natin for the future. Yan, si Rebecca, ang question ni Rebecca, paano din po branding ng tutorial services? Yan, magandang question yan. So, branding ng tutorial services. Rebecca, do you have a specific subject na gusto mong ituro? So si Rebecca, ang tutorial services na, you can start with kung ano tinuturo mo, and then ano ang target customers mo, math, reading, senior high school. Math, reading, at senior high school ang tinuturo ni Rebecca. Now, yung tutorial services, yun nga, maraming needs din yan. So, ano bang target mo, Rebecca? Target mo ba mga senior high school? Target mo ba yung mga specific schools? Kasi may gano'n, no? May mga review centers. That's a niche marketing na tinatawag. Kasi they focus on specific schools na for review, entrance exam reviews for this specific schools. So, pwede mong gamitin yan. Now, you go by your target market also. Ang target market mo ba? Minsan maganda target market din yung mga parents. Kasi sino ba magbabayad ng mga tuition for tutorial centers, di ba? Usually yung parents. So dapat mas mag-a-appeal sa mga parents rather than the students. So again, depende. If you are branding, mas mag-a-appeal ka sa mga senior high school. If kaya mong makipagsabayan sa branding ng mga millennials at saka Gen Z, then go ahead, use that. Now, if sa tingin mo mas mag-a-appeal ang branding mo sa mga parents, kasi nga, again, sila ang magbabayad ng mga tuition at mga fees para sa mga estudyante, then I suggest go by the branding na mag-a-appeal sa iyong mga parents. Usually, maganda dyan, ano ang makukuha nila usually sa mga tutorial centers, di ba? Sabihin natin, 98 passing rate sa UP, something like that. If you have that testament or a good data to back up your claim, then you can use that sa branding mo. Pwede mong sabihin na 9 out of 10 pumasa sa board. Diba? Parang 7 out of 8 enrollees mo nakapasa sa UP, sa UPCAT, sa Ateneo, sa Lasal. So you can use those statistics to back up your claim na you are the best and bakit sila kailangan mag-review sa yung tutorial service. Oh, okay. So wala pang monthly tutorial service. So siguro, if you have students already, Rebecca, you can, of course, with the permission of the parent or the kid, you can do parang a virtual class para at least makita ng mga prospective students mo or prospective clients mo kung what you can offer. Now, usually sa mga services, no? Usually sa mga services, tama si Michael. Usually, it's your credibility, no? I suggest you can go to your Facebook, you can do a live webinar like this one, and then just teach. Just focus on one subject, and then do a Facebook live, then mag-stream ka, ipakita mo sa kanila what you can do. Kasi sabi nga nila, di ba, yung attraction ng mga teachers, ng mga tutors, depende sa pagtuturo nila. Especially pag gumagamit ka pa ng mga props, no, usually sa mga kindergarten or sa mga bata o sa mga preschooler, no? Especially if you're very energetic, if you have the props, and if you're very creative, meron ka mga backgrounds sa Zoom dyan, I suggest do a YouTube video or a Facebook video, stream it live para makita ng mga customers mo. So that's especially if you're starting, that's a good way to build credibility sa iyong mga customers. Rebecca, I hope I answered your question. Free trial, that's also a freemium, yung tawag, ang term namin dyan, no, sa gusto nila, or sa ibang business, freemium, di ba? Free trial, freemium. It's premium, you are providing premium services via free enrollment or free tuition lang, di ba? One session lang. Pwede, di ba? Pwede, free session. Usually, yun, pwede mong gawin yung free session over Zoom. Diba? Para at least, free session, you can attend. You can also post that organically sa mga Facebook groups, mag-invite ka, or you can also do invitations via Facebook ads. One session free trial, 30 minutes, that's actually good. That's actually good. Pwede yan. Ayan, so let's check also kung meron pang herbal soap benefits. Mabalik lang tayo kay Ivan, no? Herbal soap benefits. Ayan. So, ganoon din. If you have testimonies, usually ang maganda sa mga cosmetic brands, if you have the before and after, Ivan, if you have that already, before and after na parang customer testimony na, dahil ginamit ko ang herbal soap ni Ivan, gumanda ako, kuminis ako, or nawala ang pimple mo. Diba? You can also provide free trials or free products. Diba? Sa yung mga customers. Yung iba kasi, some micro-influencers na tinatawag, yung mga influencers sa social media na medyo mababa pa yung followers. Pero at least may optimal number of followers na they also do that for free. Baka you can connect or get in touch with a social media influencer na pwede tumulong sa'yo. 16 above ang target customers kasi 16 and below sensitive skin. That's correct. So I think, Ivan, if you have customers already na nakapag-try ng products mo, you can ask for testimonials from them, especially yung mga user-generated content na sa social media. Pag pinost nila sa Instagram nila, sa Facebook nila, then isi-share mo lang sa Facebook mo, sa social media page mo. That's actually an effective marketing tool na pwede mong gamitin. Also, don't underestimate the power of mga webinars na itong mga Facebook Live na ito. Diba? Pwede mong ituro kung ano ang mga benefits na makukuha nila sa paggamit ng yung herbal soap na tinatawag. Pwede rin, gumawa ng drawing. Siguro saan ito. 16 above target, their consciousness like iwanan ng Bida o magiging loner. Okay, so this is another tool for marketing na sinasuggest ni Michael, no? NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming. You can also invite guest speaker, ng mga experts na pwede natin magamit sa business na kung paano natin magamit. Alright, so shout out sa Facebook. Habang naghihintay tayo mo pang questions, shout out lang kay JD Domingo, no? Marketing students of UCC. Hello guys, I hope you are doing well. Masarap ba? UCC is a coffee shop, the coffee company. I hope you're doing well. Or ibang UCC to. Ayan. Hello JD, and thank you for tuning in. Ayan, so invite ko rin pala kayo guys, para if you have questions, we actually have established a Facebook group community for micro SMEs like us. especially kayo guys, since nakatay na kayo, why don't you join our Facebook group? We will be sharing, especially if you have questions and concerns or suggestions about your brands or your stories, pwede kayo mag-post doon sa ating Facebook group community. It's actually community of micro SMEs, mga small and medium enterprises, mga business owners, like us, mga startups, yan, na may mga questions, especially kung paano ba maging successful sa social media, paano ba mag-apply ng permits sa mga business permits, ganyan, sa mga BIR, something like that. Ang name po ng aming Facebook group ay Sulong Negosyo. Sa Tagalog na Tagalog tayo, Sulong Negosyo. That's SULONG and then Negosyo. That is the name of our Facebook group. If you would like, you can also follow our Facebook page, Boost Manila. Nandun po. We have a link to that, to our Facebook group community. Right. Shout out also sa Persons Uno P20 system. No, dami pa shout out ha. Very good ha. Okay yan. Alright, so I think we don't have any questions and it's almost 11:30 and I don't want to affect your breakfast or your brunch. And we would also like to say hi to University of Caloocan. Hello guys, to marketing students of University of Caloocan, I think. Hello guys, courtesy of JV Domingos. Kamusta kayo dyan? I hope you're doing well. Good morning sa inyong lahat. So, again, if you have any questions or suggestions for future topics, please indicate them on the survey link that we will be providing later on. But before that, request ko sa inyo guys, no, especially sa nasa Zoom, kasi sa Facebook group, hindi natin, as Facebook Live, hindi natin kayo magawa. Guys, if you can just show your video, I would like to have a class picture para lang aking memento for the first webinar that we are hosting. Guys, so please show yourselves sa video. Magpakita kayo guys. Lalong-lalo na si Michael, mag-MLM. So I'll stop sharing para makapagkuha tayo ng pictures. Ayan, there you go. Yung mga mukha ng ating mga attendees. Let's zoom. Ayan, natuwa ako nung nagpakita kayo ng video Hindi na ako feeling alone and lonely. Nandiyan pala kayo. Yung iba sa inyo, mga naka-face mask pa. Very good. Ayan. Sige. I'll just take a screenshot. Ayan. So guys, ready? 1, 2, and 3. Ayan. One more. Medyo i-invite lang ang ite. Tsaka may mga dumadagdag pa. Sige, hintayin muna natin iba. Pwede pa pong magsuklay. pwede pa magsuklay, ha? Pwede ba? Pwede mag-open ng video. Go ahead.
Paano po? Bago lang po kasi sa Zoom.
Paano? What? Are you using mobile ba or desktop?
Laptop po.
Laptop. Meron ka bang application or link lang to sa
Application.
application? Sige. Paano nga ba? Sa left side, lower left corner where you see mute tsaka stop video. Yan, click mo lang yung start video. Okay na ba?
Kasi Iron Man pala.
Ayan, nakikita ng Iron Man. Wow. Galing.
Ito, may mga question.
Nice. Oh. Galing. Sige, Michael, mag-join ka ng Facebook group namin dahil i-feature kita doon para makita na Sulong Negosyo.
I think member ako dun.
Member ka na. Very good. Sulong Negosyo. PH pala may Philippines kasi baka may Sulong Negosyo Antarctica. So, make sure Sulong Negosyo PH. Ayan. Pero our name is just...
Recording na?
Yes. We will be sharing the recording. Alright? So guys, kung naka-video na kayo, I'll take another photo.
Sulong Negosyo, ikaw ang kita.
Yes. Right. Kahit Sulong Negosyo lang, mahanap mo na yan. Alright, so picture na tayo guys. Maraming salamat sa mga Zoom attendees. Right, Nasi-share din pala tayo sa Facebook ng mga pagmumukha natin. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Ayan. Sige, next. Ano naman? Waki. Finger hard, finger hard, finger hard. Sige, sige. Picture tayo.
Sige lang. Wala sa ibang halika.
Okay, sige, sige. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. There you go. Oh, jump shot, jump shot. Joke lang, joke lang, joke lang. O, yung mga ano naman, yung mga relatives ng bride. Joke, joke. Ayan, sige, pwede na kayo mag-turn off ng videos. Maraming salamat sa mga ating mga Zoom attendees. Thank you very much for joining us. On behalf of Boost Manila, on behalf of Anton and Jared, we would like to thank each and every one of you for gracing our first ever webinar session. It's Sulong Negosyo webinar series. Maraming pong salamat.
45 members, di ba?
Yes, yes. Yes.
Oh, nasama ako.
Ayan, good, good. Sige, sige. I'll feature you one of these days, Michael, para makita natin yung product mo. If you have a...
Actually, marami pa ako eh. Marami pa ako. May Chucky ako. Sorry, not Chucky, sorry. Pennywise. Pwede na akong Puri, McDonald's.
Wow, galing business.
Ito,
Logi.
Ito siya. Sila.
Sige, magpakita ka ng video.
Ito. Like, nakikita niya ba ako?
Wala kang video, Michael.
Wait lang. Sige, video ko. Sige lang, sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, teka, i-video ako.
Yeah, okay na. Nice.
Ito. Ito siya. Ginawa ko during pandemic.
Wow.
Lockdown.
Galing. Diba? Especially pag nag-viral yan, diba? Michael, kitang-kita ng mga tao. It's very unique and very innovative also. That's a good product to promote.
Ito na yung mga underdeveloped pa. Ito ba yung mga underdeveloped tapos yan. Pagka gano'n, iyan ako sila, underdeveloped. Pero ito yung pinaka-flagship product.
Wow, sige. Ayun, also Michael, baka maimbitahan din kita one of the coming episodes. So we will also be inviting mga kapwa natin na micro SMEs, no? Mga business, small owner businesses, mga startups, para mag-feature din natin sa Sulong Negosyo web series. So hopefully, kapag in-invite kita, available ka, tsaka ready na yung mga products mo. Diba?
Oo naman.
Alright, thank you very much, Michael. Again, thank you very much sa ating mga guests. May recorded. Yes, mayroon po tayong recording sa Facebook Live. We actually have recording that we can share and pwede nyo panoorin. And again, we will be sending a summary of what we discussed. We will be sharing with you webinar notes na tinatawag along with the survey. Last question pala, magandang strategy po ba na gumawa ng issue kapag malalangos na yung business? From John Carl Quizano. Ay mo. Mahirap kasi, pero sabi nga nila, there's a saying, no, na bad publicity is still publicity. No? Pero I wouldn't go with that practice. I would suggest not necessarily an issue, but it's more on a story na lang. Just appeal to the emotions of your business, especially if yun na medyo palugi. So I think pwede kang kumuha ng mga testimonies sa mga previous customers mo, kung paano sila naka-affect sa business mo. So I think that's a better and ethical practice rather than gumawa ka ng issue for your business. So that's also a future topic na ma-discuss natin sa John Carl. So make sure you follow us para makita natin yung
si Shider.
Shider! That's very cute. Shider. Pero Michael, tumatanggap ka rin ba ng mga custom or mga request?
Lahat sila custom made.
Okay.
Lahat sila custom made.
Okay.
Basta mukhang tao.
Basta mukhang tao kayang gawin. Ayan guys, sige, libre advertising kay Michael kung meron din sa inyo na gustong magregalo sa inyong mga boss or sa inyong mga partners, sa mga parents, at pwede silang gawing action figure, pwede nyo kontakin si Michael. Part siya ng member siya ng ating Facebook group, no? Ang Sulong Negosyo. So I think, yeah, sige. That would be the last of our question for today. Maraming salamat. I enjoyed our first webinar series. I hope you enjoyed too and you learned a lot from me. And I hope to see you in the upcoming webinar series of Sulong Negosyo, brought to you by Guzman. Maraming salamat, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy your lunch. Bye-bye.